Alright guys, so we got the data download with Global's recent update, and we know all of the new cards that Global will be getting first before JP. There is actually a good number of new cards. We have a new Frost that goes up to full power, which is nice. I did want to see a full power Frost added to the game at some point, which did happen, because of course he takes that during the turn of power. We have Boda Magetta, where Botamo sits on Automagetta's shoulders. We have several different versions of this card, by the way. We got Champa, who has a Dokkan Awakening finally, and he's very, very good, by the way. And then we have Hit. Now, Hit to me is a bit disappointing. I'll go over why. But his leader skill is incredible, because he is the first dual category leader skill leader we have, right? Universe 6 category key 3, HP attack and defense 170%, which is very good because it's a very limited category. One reason the percentage is so high, just like the most malevolent clan led by AGL Metal Cooler. But then also Hit gives Universal Survival Saga 3 key and 150% to all stats. So essentially you could run this guy just instead of Jiren. I definitely like Jiren over this Hit, but this Hit, he's not bad. But, I mean, fuck it. We might as well just start with Hit. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this Hit. So, here's what he does. He does do a lot. Like, look at that passive. But he doesn't have any sort of defensive buff. So, real quick, let's go over his super attack. So, he has the Cage of Time as his super attack. I saw it. It's just his level 3 from Dragon Ball FighterZ. I was actually really hoping it would be the actual, like, crazy attack he does against Jiren. That's what I was hoping it would be, but it's just his level 3 from FighterZ. It does immense with a medium chance to stun the enemy. So, solid that he has a medium chance. 25 to 30% could be useful for something like Super Battle Road, right? His passive skill, wipe out the target. Attacked enemies attack minus 20%. And defense minus 80% for 2 turns. He has a high chance to stun the attacked enemy for 1 turn. Then he gets a 120% attack buff when performing a super attack. And he gets an additional 80% attack and attacks effective against all types when the target enemy is stunned. So, let's just pretend you're not going to get the last part of his passive, right? The 80% when enemy is stunned. This Hit is still going to do really good damage because it's 120% when performing a super attack. Plus, he has links that I think will be relatively easy to activate, such as Experienced Fighters, In-Fighter, and Fierce Battle, right? Like, you'll be able to get those active. So this Hit, he's going to hit hard. No doubt about that, especially if you have Champa around. Champa gives, I believe, 40% to Universe 6 allies. We're going to go over this card as well, but I just want to double check that. Yeah, he gives 40% attack to Universe 6 allies. So you got Champa on rotation with this Hit. I mean, I don't know exactly. Off the top of my head, he's got to be around 2.5 million at least. He's going to hit hard. But the problem for me with this Hit is that a lot of this stuff is just like, if you're going against like a Dokkan event, like the stuns are not going to work, right? Either chances of it's a stun. The attacked enemy minus 20% attack is nice because, again, many bosses now are not immune to that. But that's not going to be enough to stop him from taking massive damage in Dokkan Battlefield, Super Battle Road, any of these other places. Like, let's take a look at it, right? Let's go backwards across the last couple Dokkan Fests. By last, I mean a lot. We got Int Goku Black. He does not have a defensive buff or anything, but he does greatly raise his defense on super attack. It's a stack, right? So every super attack Int Goku Black does, he gains 50% defense. After several turns, Goku Black is an amazing defensive card, like completely tanking even attacks on like Super Battle Road. AGL Metal Cooler has a defensive buff. SCR Super Buu has a defensive buff. Both Transforming Goku and Frieza's have defensive buffs. Android 17 does not have a defensive buff, but he does mitigate damage. He reduces damage when your health is under, 77 or 70%? One of those two. Then keep going backwards. Super Saiyan 4 Goku has a defensive buff. Future Gohan, I shit on Future Gohan all the time, but he does have a defensive buff. And then Jiren and Evolution Blue Vegeta, they both have defensive buffs. And then finally, moving backwards, once we get to Turles, That's the last time we had a DOKKANFEST exclusive main card not have some sort of defensive buff. So nowadays, I think one thing that makes a lot of these cards so powerful is how balanced they are. They're good offensively, defensively. Usually they have at least solid links. They have great leader skills. That's what makes them sort of last a long time, right? Even if some of these Dokkan Fests are not able to put out damage numbers like summonable LRs or even some of the new EZA units, just the whole complete package is very, very impressive. This hit for me does a lot of stuff that's, I don't want to say worthless, but it's just not going to happen. Like, it's not going to be effective all the time, right? So you're going to want like some sort of defensive option around him. Jiren will work amazing on Hit's team because, again, you know, if you're able to get that stun effect from Jiren, like on a turn, and you lead into it, and Hit is going to have that 200% attack, like Hit with his full passive active and all of his links active and Champa on rotation, I gotta imagine he's got to be close to a 3 million attack stat or higher. It's going to be very, very interesting to see, right? So he's good. He is the first dual category leader skill unit that we've seen. That's exciting. So almost assuredly, Blue Gogeta and Super Saiyan Broly are probably going to have that. I like Hit, but for me, this is an easy skip because going through like the files and stuff, there is no whatchamacallit, there's no new tickets, right? Because I'm already seeing people are saying like, oh, well, that's okay, because the global banner could probably have tickets. It could be ticket summons. But we have not found, there are no Christmas ticket summons in here like there was last year. So this might just be like a Dokkan Fest banner that's going to have good step-up summons, but no tickets? I don't know. This, to me, this reeks of do not summon. This hit is not good enough to, like, okay. Again, I say this all the time. Back in the day, I was, like, I'm telling y'all to save. I saved. For months, I did not summon. If this was me back in the day, no way am I summoning for Hit. Not happening. Not with Blue Gogeta coming. I don't think Blue Gogeta is that far away for Global. I think at the very latest, Global will probably get him alongside JP's 4-year anniversary. So I think Global will get him, maybe the last week of January, something like that. Not that far away. Hit is solid. Not good enough to summon for, in my opinion, with Blue Gogeta on the horizon, right? So there's a bunch of other new cards, by the way. Some of these are pretty solid. There's a lot that awaken from Hit's medals, right? So we have the Dokkan Fest Hit. I'm presuming this is a summonable Boda Magetta right here. This is a summonable Frost. Of course, Champa we know he's a summonable unit. Both SR, Batamo, and Auto Magetta, both of them awaken into a Boda Magetta. So there's a lot of these. So let's see. This is an int one. Again, I presume this one will be on the banner. Volcano Explosion, Supreme Damage, and raises defense by 30% for 3 turns. Key 2, and attack and defense 80%. Guard activated against all attacks when HP is 70% or below. I like that. This is a solid card. Let me look at the links. Tough as Nails, Infighter, Cold Judgment, Rebel Duo, Turn Up Power, Warriors of Universe 6. No, they have an Awakening. Hold on. Boom. Okay. Well, with an Awakening, I actually, I kind of like this card. Yeah, because then it goes Supreme Damage enemy, raises defense by 30% for 6 turns. So that'll last quite a while. Key 3 and attack and defense 100%. Guard active against all attacks when HP is 80% or below. I like Boda Magetta. This is not bad. A unit like this, who I presume, let's see, Tough as Nails, Infighter, More Than Meets the Eye, Rival Duo, Turn Up Power, Warriors Universe 6, and Fierce Battle. They're going to be fine with Key, especially on their own team. They probably don't even need this little Key 3 they've got right there, because most of the units on this team will have either Turn Up Power or Warriors of Universe 6. So Key will not be an issue on this team whatsoever. Rival Duo would be good, because I still think Android 17 would be great to toss onto this team no matter what. If you've got him, you put him on here. He's really good. He's going to work really good for this. I do like this Boda Magetta unit. This is a very solid unit. Nice little defensive option. Attack 12,800. That's not bad, not bad. Okay, so I like that Boda Magetta right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the brand new Frost. It's an SSR final form Frost, and then he awakens into the full power form of Frost. So that's good. So that way, the SR, I'm sure, will be summonable on the banner, and you can use that to raise the super attack level of SSR Frost. So his super attack is the Dirty Burst, which greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes supreme damage. Leader skill, his leader skill is not bad. I guess you could use that as a sub-leader skill for Dokkan Battlefield, huh? His passive skill, Balance of Physical Strength. Key 3 for 6 turns from the start of turn. Attack 120% and defense plus 60% with a medium chance to stun the enemy when performing a super attack. I like him. That's not bad. That's not bad. Again, a 120% attack buff on super attack with that Champa floating around in this team, or maybe God Topo, that's going to be pretty damn good. His links are Universe's Most Malevolent, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Coward, Turn Up Power, Universe 6, and Fierce Battle. So, yeah, I like Frost. He's not bad. His attack is 14,000. That's actually pretty damn high. Okay, so this Frost should be able to hit very, very hard. That's another thing about Hit, by the way. I did notice Hit. Hit has 16,000 attack, 16,500. That's ridiculously high. Let's not consider EZA units. That's top 5 DOKKANFEST levels of attack right there. That Hit is going to hit stupid hard. So that is good. This Frost right here, I do like a lot. That's cool. So, I like these units that are able to, raise their attack, raise their defense. He gives himself key. He's going to work really well in this team with that Turn Up Power and Warriors of Universe 6 link. See, that's already, looking at this, that's the biggest thing, man. All these Universal Survival Art cards have that Turn Up Power key link, bro. Like, it's so good, because they all link up. It's easy for all of them to super attack. Plus, you could toss LR Goku and Frieza on this team, who is still, in my opinion, the best unit in the game. So, the more I'm looking at these units, the more I do really like Hit's team. I really like Hit's team a lot. So, Champa is Universe 6 category leader. Oh, that's pretty good. 120%. And then physical type key 3 and 70%. Ooh, so he's going to be amazing for Dokkan Battlefield. His super attack, Sphere of Destruction, supreme damage, and greatly lowers defense. Now his passive skill, Peculiar Proposition, Universe 6 category allies, key 2 and attack and defense 40%, and then the medium chance of attack 200%. Champa is crazy, man. They made Champa really good. The other thing they did is the category, it's just Universe 6. It's not representatives of Universe 6, so Champa fits. And if they make a Vados card, Vados would fit as well. That's a huge, huge help here. Rather than having, Champa not actually be able to fit on the category like Beerus for Universe 7, right? So that's good. I'm glad they sort of made that adjustment. Links are Godly Power, Connoisseur, Innocence, More Than Meets the Eye, Over 9,000, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. Just real quick, this Champa is not going to be impressive on the Realm of Gods team, because there's, no other Universe 6 Realm of Gods units that you would run there. So this Champa is going to be restricted to basically any category with Universe 6 allies. But if it's got them, this Champa is going to be a beast. You cannot sleep on units that have 40% buffs to attack as support type passives. It's massive. So I'm very impressed with Champa, Frost, the summonable Botamagetta. They're all quite good. So this is all good stuff. Let's take a look at the 2 awakenings of Botamo and Magetta that both awaken to different versions of Botamagetta here. These ones are definitely going to be not as impressive. Like physical type enemy attack minus 40%, we're good. Volcano Explosion, he does lower attack. So he gets 2 key, 70% attack and defense when facing only one enemy, plus an additional 2 key and 30% attack and defense when facing 2 or more enemies. So he's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. And then the links, Tough as Nails, Infighter, More Than Meets the Eye, Rival Duo, Warriors of Universe 6, Turn Up Power, Fierce Battle. I mean, for an Awakened SR, he's pretty damn good. Wow, I'm impressed. All right, so now we have the Botamo one, reduces damage received by 40%. does supreme damage and lowers defense. Defense plus 80% and high chance to reduce damage received by 50%. Okay, so he's not bad. Yeah, that's an interesting defensive unit right there. And again, the same really good links. Okay, so a lot of these new units I do actually really like. They did round out the category a little bit. I would have liked to have seen a new Kabe, maybe a new Caulifla. Kale is fine, Kefla is fine. Now, I'm already seeing people, I threw this out there and people are also wondering, could we see a brand new, summonable LR, like a Kefla, maybe a Caulifla and Kale that transform into Kefla, would certainly improve this category a lot. I think an LR Kefla, or maybe like a base form Kefla that transforms, something like that, would be a very good idea, make this category a lot stronger. Also, do not sleep on this Kale, who boosts Universal Survival Saga category allies by 2 key and 30% attack and defense, so she could be pretty solid here as well. You could run her, God Topo, and Champa. You could have a lot of support type units, which will massively buff Hit, by the way, because again, he does get his attack buff on super attacks, so that's interesting. Again, the rest of the category, no surprises or anything. There are some special missions, including Cell's EZA, is actually going to be dropping tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow Cell's EZA drops. Okay. So that... or no, not tomorrow, but the next day. Yeah, the next day. 2 days away, Cell's EZA drops. I know a lot of people were wondering about that. Going back to the release schedule, there's also a world tournament, because we have the Goku and the Super Buu Awakenings. Plus, this Cell is one of the best world tournament reward cards. I believe him and the Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman are kind of tied. Very, very powerful units, because they are extreme class ally 2 key and 30% to attack and defense, and then super class enemies defense minus 50%. I have this Cell rainbowed, and he's worth it. He's a very good unit. I do use him a lot. He's on several categories, very solid unit. And then we also have the Kid Trunks and Kid Mai Santa card, which is on Global early, which I figured would happen. So there we go, guys. There is everything new for Global. Global also did get the 4.0.1 update, which has the ability to tag units, the little Giru thing where you can see new farmable units or Dokkan Awakening units. Nothing new or surprising in there as far as I'm aware. Now, last thing, again, the Universe 6 stuff is not bad. Hit is okay, but I really would have liked if he had some sort of defensive buff on him. But I do still say, let's wait to see the banner first, but as of right now, it's definitely a skip. Unless the step-up summons are just out of control, outrageous, and they got Blue Vegeta, UI Goku, Android 17 on the banner. At that point, it's yeah, I would understand why y'all would summon, but Hit alone, he's not busted enough to summon before Blue Gogeta. Here's the thing too, Global players. I think Blue Gogeta's banner will be up on the 28th is kind of when I'm targeting a release. So Hit's banner will be there. You can wait to see what Blue Gogeta does as a Global player, then decide, okay, do I want to go for Hit, maybe the really good discounts, or do I save for Blue Gogeta, who again, presumably should be on Global in the month? It's up to y'all. Hit is definitely an interesting card, though, as the first dual category leader. That is interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what else they do with this moving forward. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next one.